Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. Following on from the last video when we were doing our welding and body panelling. Now what I've realised is it's been a few days since I've done that, and obviously the new pieces aren't treated, the new pieces of metal, so that's an important one. I really want to get some coating on those and get them protected. Second of all, I think I need to start working out how to get the new replacement rear arch panel at least fitted, and then the welding can take place to do that. So I'm going to take a look, see what we can work out there. Bit of a recap first. Let's go down here, and you can see what I mean. The panel's starting to get some surface rust on it because it is exposed. That's the problem that I've got. So you can see it's starting to get a little bit of surface rust. Nothing too bad. So I think what I'd like to do as well is I'd like to get some of this, which is it's like a body seal off. It's like a rubberized plastic type thing. So I'm going to get some of this off. As you can see underneath it, it's rusty. Treat it with the rust converter, and then apply the under seal to it to seal this piece off so that this doesn't start to disappear away, and then do the same to this. Actually apply the rust converter, then the under seal to it, so that all the bits that I've done are protected. I think that's the important part to do. See, this is ideal. This is exactly what I'm wanting to do here. Getting this coating off, and actually you can see it's good metal underneath, which is what I'd hoped for. So what we do is we rust convert and then seal it back. And now the good news, I've taken quite a bit of this off. You can see, and hopefully you can see, that it's actually good metal. You can see it's mainly silver and it's not disappearing. And actually at the back, which is where I was getting a bit concerned at what I'd find, it's really difficult to show you this, but actually that's in pretty good condition. So what I'm going to do is continue wire wheeling that a little bit more, and then what we can do is we can under seal that, coat it up, and I think that's pretty good going. So I'm quite pleased. I'm pretty hopeful. Well, I'm confident now that the rest of this sill isn't disappearing. It was just the end piece, which is good, and actually where the drain is as well, which is here, it's pretty solid. You know, it's not bad at all. So that's an encouraging sign. I really don't know if you can do too much of this stuff, but I thought I'd rather apply it and let it do its thing and see how we get on. So I've applied loads of this stuff, so I'm just going to leave it now. I think it's for an hour. You can actually see it's kind of gone a dull grey colour, which I believe is what it's supposed to do. So I'm going to leave that for an hour now to set in, do its thing, and then I think what I'm going to do is just use some undercoat, because I've got a combination undercoat and filler to apply to it, to try and seal it, so at least before I get to any of the other parts, this bit here can get a bit of a chance to get some protection. Because obviously we are getting into winter now, and I am concerned that the bits that I don't get to are going to get damaged and get worse over winter. So I think let's get this and we'll come back to it. That's what it looks like after it's had a while to set. You can see it's got this nice blackened colour, which means that what I can do now is I'm going to get some under seal on that to get it nice and protected. Well, I think I've overdone it a little bit, got carried away, so you can actually see streak marks, but I'm less worried about that, I'm more worried about protecting it. You can see it's nicely covered, which is what I wanted, and I've also got around the back of the sill as well, so I'm a bit happier that that's now being protected with our filler and primer. And then I can under seal it afterwards. Whilst I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to need a bigger screwdriver, aren't I? Oh, well, maybe not. Once I'm waiting for that to dry, let's get the disc off, hub off, and we can take this apart, because what I'd like to do is start treating this, because it's only a bit of surface rust, but if we wire wheel it down and then protect it and coat it, and that should be all good. So first thing, let's get the disc off, the caliper carrier, and do all of that so we can get into it. Now you saw me before trying with a screwdriver. This is actually a really useful little set that I've got. It's a set of, it's all sorts, hex bits, you know, all those sort of things, but large screwdriver bits. And it makes doing these, because you can then push to get pressure on it. There we go. It's really useful for doing things like this. There we go. And of course, carrier. See the backing plate's missing as well, so we've got a few parts that we're going to need to order. These are looking pretty crusty. To get the carrier off, so I think we'll get the wire brush, clean it up a little bit, and see if we can get those. Remember, safety glasses when I'm using the wire brush. Good old British weather. Probably can't see it on camera, but you can probably hear it, and this is why I'm quite glad I built this. But you can see it does still come in. Hopefully that's dried and it's doing the job now. So anyway, I think that's probably as far as I'm going to get. So trying to get this done. Those bolts are not shifting off the caliper carrier. Unfortunately, that means this week's video is a little bit shorter than usual. You can see I have got this sealed though, which is what I wanted to do, so it's protected. You can see it's dried, well, apart from the rain that's hitting it now, so at least that's an improvement. No luck on that. I think I need to rethink that. I think maybe I need more heat, and I'm also thinking maybe an impact wrench is needed for this, because I'm not getting very far with sockets and things like that. I mean, what I am concerned about is whether the bolts will start to round off. If they round off, then it's going to be hard work to get that out. So I think for now, I think we stop whilst we're ahead, and then I will catch you in the next video, where hopefully the weather will calm down, we can do a bit more welding, we can get the archway put on. That's the next bit that I want to do, get the new arch that I got from Scandix and put that on. So I hope to see you in the next video for the Volvo 480 restoration project. Please do remember, pop a like down below, put any comments you think as well. I'd love to hear from you if you think I'm doing anything right, wrong. Obviously my welding not so good, but it can only improve, can't it? Otherwise, see you in the next video.